Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the DTB podcast, the #1 barber podcast on YouTube and of the world.
Stay down, came up, God made a way.
Today we have a special guest all the way from the East Coast, but before I introduce him, I'm gonna pass him up to my co-host.
DTB fam, what's up? What's up? This is KO, co-host here at DTB Podcast. Today we got Miami's very own, the greatest, one of the GOATs out there, Miami Heat's very own. Let's go. We got Icutart. What's up, my
Let's
brother?
go.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for having me. It's a blessing to be here today, man. It's crazy how like one simple conversation or one simple DM can put you in a situation where I'm at right now. Shout out to my guy for having me today. Shout out to KO for having me today. And I can't wait to see where this podcast is gonna take us, man.
Yeah, it was really interesting, bro, because I gotta share with everyone how I met Icutart. So, I went to Miami for a Bobby Bless class. He was there. I don't know why. I just went up to you, right? And I was just like, "Oh, what's up, bro? Where you from?
Yeah.
Let me get your Instagram." He gave me his Instagram, and then I told him, "How old are you? How long you been doing this?" And you said you were battling, that you won like 35 trophies,
Yeah.
and that you were like dedicated to it. But then once I left, we just stayed in touch, right?
Nah, yeah, we exchanged some info, and obviously we stayed in touch. So like, here we are today. So
yeah. I had seen you at Vegas too. Remember?
and then we ran into each other in
At Vegas.
That was almost a year ago.
Yeah,
'Cause I think it's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
up right now.
Yeah,
too.
it's coming up again. That was what, last September?
Yeah.
Last
You were there? You were
September.
there?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, okay.
I
You
was
guys
there.
gonna be there this year?
Yeah.
I think we're
Yeah.
actually taking the pod over there.
Over there? Oh, that's
Yeah.
lit.
We're
That
trying
would
to
be
take the
lit.
pod.
Yeah.
Hey, so tell us a little bit about Miami, what you do, what you have been doing in your career these last couple of years.
Well, I want to say before I get this started, like I've been cutting hair for 10 years. You know, I've been in the industry pretty solid. Just like anything else, in the beginning, it's a struggle. I remember my first 6 months into cutting hair, I was about to quit, you know, just because you don't know the hard process of it, of like building clientele, getting better as you becoming a barber. And so, like, my first 6 months, man, was so difficult. I used to sit in the barbershop. This is at a flea market, by the way. And I used to just sit there the whole day and not cut not one single head.
And you
So,
just be waiting for people to
So
come
I'm
in.
just there waiting for somebody to come in so I can, you know, they give me the opportunity to cut their hair. So at this point, you know, I'm getting desperate. There'll be a day where I'll cut one head throughout the whole day. I'm there from 10 in the morning to 10 p.m., you know, and obviously, if you're doing this for a week, 2 weeks, a month or two, and you ain't cutting like that, you're going to get discouraged.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened to me. I mean, eventually, some of my friends will come in and, you know, they'll get a haircut. But, I mean, how many friends can you cut in a week? So they'll keep me busy here and there, bro. But the main thing that I was doing, it was obviously watching the other barbers, the way they cut,
Yeah.
you know, the way they carry themselves, how professional they were being. And so I would see all these things behind the scenes. And, yeah, like I said, I got discouraged after 6 months. I even told myself I quit.
Damn.
Honestly, I'm not even, like, joking,
Oh,
man. I told myself,
damn.
this is it. I'm going to have to find something else because this is not it. Like, to build clientele. And not only I didn't go to school for it. I actually tried going to school, but financial aid wasn't the case for me. And back then, you know, we're talking about 10 years ago, YouTube wasn't where it's at today.
Yeah.
True.
You know, so like you'll look up how to do a skin fade, you're gonna get 1 or 2 little videos that won't even give you like the step by step.
Yeah.
They're just showing you a video on how they're doing it without talking.
Yeah,
So it
correct.
was very difficult. But I still, you know, I would still try to like sit there and watch videos and stuff like that. But 6 months in, when I told myself I was done, I quit. One of my friends was actually a personal trainer at that time. And so I told him, yo, you know, how do I get that started? This is me coming out of high school, still motivated in like the fitness industry. And so he told me, yo, all you need is $250. You need $250 and I can get you certified and you can just go to a gym and be a personal trainer. So I told him, okay, bet. I'll do that. Let me work for a week or two. And once I come up with the $250, I'll give it to you. But it's
Yeah.
crazy enough that you're already getting ready to transition into something else But I didn't know that that God sometimes works in mysterious ways. And during those times, I'm not religious like that,
Yeah.
you know, but I do believe in a higher power. I do
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
if you have faith in anything, things will come your way. And so, like, bro, during those 6 months, you know, I quit. I told myself I was gonna quit. Funny enough, one of the barbers moves on. Like, he said, "Yo, I got a better opportunity to work in another barbershop. I'm
Yeah.
gonna move out." So what happens when he moves out? Now his clients were like, "Well, I can't follow this guy
Yeah.
an hour away from here. So let me
Damn.
give him a chance."
Yeah,
So now
yeah.
those clients started sitting in my chair. Of course, you know, it wasn't all his clients.
Yeah, it
but
was some of them.
he little by little by little. So now I'm cutting 2-3 haircuts a day. So for me, 2-3 haircuts a day, man, that's more than
That's
enough.
winning, huh?
Imagine going from 0 to like 3 haircuts a day. To me, that was like, yo, this is a blessing.
And that happened in that same week that you said
Within
you
the
were gonna quit.
same week that I was gonna quit, that I already had told my body, yo, hook me up with the certificate for personal training. All that happened within the same week. The barber quitting, me telling myself this is it for me, because you know I couldn't be patient no more. You know,
Damn.
imagine the good thing is that I was living with my parents at that time. Like I said, I had just graduated high school, so my mom, you know, was holding it down. Shout out to my mom for holding it down for 3 kids. You know, she's a hard worker.
Where are your parents from?
Mexico.
Mexico?
I'm Mexico too. I'm
Okay.
from
Oh,
Mexico,
nice, nice.
I was born over there, raised in Miami.
Okay,
I
that's why you got a little accent, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, no, for sure,
You got
man.
that
I can
southern
imagine.
Miami accent.
Yeah.
I was born in Mexico, but I came here when my mom took us there when I was 5. I'm 30 now.
So you grew up in Miami your whole life,
my whole life.
bro.
Yeah,
When I
man.
went to Miami, honestly, I was impressed by it. I love it. I loved it. I loved Wynwood. Was it Wynwood? The whole
Wynwood.
art stuff,
Yeah.
and I just didn't like the weather. But I could tell the
Wait, you
people.
don't like the weather?
No, I didn't like it.
Ah, come
It
on.
was too hot.
What time
bro.
did you go in?
I went September.
This is when
Yeah, when I
Papi
was
Bless?
there.
Okay, you went September.
September. It was hot, bro.
Yeah,
It was hot, but it felt good. It felt good.
I can see. I mean, it not only is it hot, but you know, it's like humid, and that's what
What
gets
I didn't
people.
like was like you're walking, bro, and you're like lizards just boom walking through right there, bro. And like, oh shit.
No, you'll be surprised, bro. There's some big lizards out there.
No,
man.
I know.
They-
And where I stayed, there was lakes nearby, so I was like, a crocodile better not pop out, bro. 'Cause I seen it in shows and stuff.
Gators and shit out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, they be out there. They literally just be. I mean, if there's a lake behind your house,
They'll be
you already
right
know
there.
you gotta be careful because they'll come up onto your backyard and they'll just be there getting the tan. They won't do nothing, you know, but
Yeah.
you just gotta be aware that it can happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, so then, what point in your career did you like started taking off? That you're like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna take it serious, you know, like, or you saw potential after that situation when you really
After that situation, I built faith. You know, I think that's the most important part about my career. It was faith. Like I said, I'm not religious, but after those 6 months that I told myself I was gonna quit, and then I already have put everything to the floor, and everything kind of just started happening for me again. I kind of saw like, okay, let me try it. Like, let me really try it.
Yeah,
you know.
correct.
And so, like I said, I went from cutting 1 head to 2 heads to 5 haircuts a day. And once, I don't want to say too much about the money, but you know, some people can get money hungry. And I get that, you know, because at the end of the day, we need that to pay bills, to survive,
Yeah.
to enjoy yourselves, you know. But I don't think I ever been like after the money, you know. But in a way, once I did started making money in order to pay my stuff, buy myself more clippers, invest in myself, you start trying a new clipper, you start trying something new because you can afford it, you can buy it.
Yeah.
And so when I started buying these new tools, I felt like a little kid at the store.
Yeah.
You know, you want to try this new clipper, this machine, blah, blah, blah. And so like 6 months after that, bro, I realized that like, damn, this could really be it for me. And so one of my friends at that shop, Amazing Chevy, actually, shout out to my guy, took me to my first barber battle.
Okay.
You know, so me being at this barber battle opened my eyes, and it was like, wow, like I can't believe that the industry is like actually this big. Like, it's really up to you how far you want to take this.
Correct.
You know, and so I'm there just absorbing, watching. Obviously, I didn't compete because
You just went to go watch.
I just went to go watch because I didn't know what was I getting myself into. You know, that was my first barber battle, first barber event that I attended. That I was so amazed, and so from that point on, I was like, I want to be on stage.
Yeah, I remember that you told me that you right away you're like, I'm not stopping until I hit 30 trophies.
Yeah.
You told me something like that. Like,
Yeah,
you're like, I'm not gonna
that's
stop
funny.
until I hit 30 trophies.
Yeah, so that was just like a motivation and inspiring for myself that I wanted that number.
Yeah.
Actually, 30 is what I reached. 50 was the one I really wanted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But I remember
50.
you told me you stopped.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
why.
I stopped
why.
at 30 something because the pandemic. You know, when the pandemic
Oh.
happened, like you gotta like realize that like, yo, shit's real. out
How was
here,
the
man.
pandemic out there in Miami? How was
You
it
know?
for you guys barbers?
For the first month, it was shut down. I was really against that whole pandemic thing. Like,
Yeah.
If you ask me, I ain't take no shot. I was really against it. I was not wearing no mask.
You were part of the rebellion.
You know, yeah.
Me
man,
too, me
Fuck
too.
this shit, man. Like, this is set up. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
obviously we do gotta take precautions. At the end of the day, I
Correct.
did have friends. I did have
Yeah.
relatives that passed away. It was real.
Yeah, it was real. It was
You
real.
know?
You know, I was like that too. Okay, I was like, like isn't this is the government put this shit out or something? And then sometimes, but it hit me when my clients were like, "Hey, my grandma's sick."
Yeah.
And she's at the hospital because of, and I'm like, because of COVID? Are you sure? And I started hearing more stories. So it's like, even though we didn't want to accept it, these stories around us and people's family members being at the hospital, that's when I was like, oh, damn, at least I'm going to wear a mask, you know, just for respect to the client.
And that's what I was gonna get to. Like at the end of the day, it's not all about us. It's not
Yeah.
all about you. So like the people that were around me that were very afraid about it, you know, especially for us that we provide a service in the industry. Like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna respect their opinion. I'm gonna respect how they see it. So like
Yeah.
if it takes for me to wear a mask, I wear a mask.
No, wear a mask. Yeah.
Even though I'm against the shit, like I ain't trying
Yeah,
to put
yeah.
a mask on because I know that it ain't. I mean, I didn't really got it. I don't think I ever like got super sick like that. I think I did get sick before I even came to the States, and I do feel like I got it, but I never actually physically tested positive for it.
Yeah. I
But,
never tested positive for it because I never went to go get tested.
Yeah, same.
I was like,
But did you ever get any symptoms?
No, I did.
Like which ones? 'Cause
I
there was,
couldn't.
like,
like,
five
I
of
couldn't.
them.
No
I couldn't
taste.
smell. I couldn't smell.
Ah, there
the
you go.
taste.
There you go.
Yeah.
The smell and the taste.
No
When you had that, you already
taste,
knew you had
no-
COVID.
But my thing was like, bro, honestly, bro, for your body just to lose the scent and the taste, I was like, this is genetically made, bro. This is genetic. And I studied a lot of podcasts. I read a lot of podcasts that they did something with the cell and they changed the spinal of the cell, bro. There's a lot of science of it, but I was like, they were modifying it. Cause I was like, bro, how is it that just our scent and our taste are gone? Like,
Yeah.
it was weird. So look, I was doing the house call, right? And I spray aftershave to the homie, and then the homie was like, damn, it smells bomb. And I'm like, I know how it smells. So I'm like, yeah, it smells bomb. But I'm like, I can't smell it anymore. I can't
You're
smell
like,
it.
damn, for sure.
So I'm like, damn, this trippy. But I'm like, yeah, it smells bomb. But I already know. I go to my next house call. He had like weed and everything, right? So, and then at the end, he's like, hey, bro, I got some new weed. Like, I'm like, hey, bring it. I want to smell it. I told him. And he brings me the whole bag, bro. And I put my whole face. I'm like, I didn't smell
Nothing.
anything, bro. I
Nigga
didn't smell anything.
infected the whole weed already.
I know, right?
You infected the whole. All the clients got
Shout out
fucked
to
up.
whoever's gonna go from there on.
Hey, but I remember that I just melted and I told him, oh, it smells bomb. But I didn't want him to
Yeah.
I didn't want to let him know.
But did you feel that was just what you were feeling?
That was
Did you
it.
feel
That
like
one day I felt tired. The other days I was, bro, this is a weird thing. Look, I have no scent, no taste for like 2 days. I'm tripping now a little bit. I get to the shop one day in the morning. My 7 a.m. doesn't show up, but there's a viejito outside, and the viejito's smoking a cigarette. And he's like, "What's up? Like, you could cut me up or what?" And I'm like, "What are you doing here? Like, bro, this is low key. You're not supposed to be here." Like, but I know you guys cut hair inside there. And I'm like, "Damn, bro." I'm like, come inside then. And then I come inside and I told him, "Hey, what's up with you? Like, why you outside? It's COVID. You don't got a mask." He's like, bro, every time I leave my house, I put vaporu in my tongue, I put vaporu in my nose, and I put vaporu in my chest. And he's like, trust me, that's gonna protect you. Bro, I swear, I went home, bro. I put vaporu in my chest, and my tongue, and my nose, bro.
In your tongue, what the?
no, you did
Inside
not.
your throat,
No,
inside
you
your throat,
did
yeah.
not.
Bro, I felt like it was, look,
Look at
no,
this guy.
trip out, bro. I feel like it was an angel sent from heaven, bro, to come tell me this stuff, bro, because it was a coincidence that my 7 a.m. didn't show up. The gates are closed. He doesn't know the shop is open. Like, you can't see. You have to walk all around, bro. So when I went outside to wait for my 7 a.m., he was right there.
No, that crazy
Bro.
enough that he's just there.
He was just there, bro.
And your appointment didn't show up.
Yeah.
And then he's inside you telling you got to do this.
Yeah.
That's,
And
that's
guess what?
a sign.
Dude, that is all believable though. The fact that you went home and you did it, like,
Yeah, no.
off a stranger's just like,
I know, but
So every day you were waking up putting vaporul
I
over
did
you?
it for like 3-4 days, bro. Straight. Putting vaporul right here. I put a little bit in my tongue, put a little in my nose. Vámonos.
yeah, I don't know.
Vámonos.
I mean, they do say vaporul cures everything, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, shout out to the
I
to
just
the old
believed
man.
him because he was old and I didn't want to cut him up. And he was like, vamos, yo sé que cortan pelo allí. Like, nomás es una limpiada. And I'm just like, man, this guy, like, I'm like, come on, then, let's go, you know? Because I was just scared of people snitching. So,
Nah, yeah,
But
of course.
it was.
So yeah, I'm sure it was from what it sounded like, at least in Miami, it sounded like you guys went through hell over here with the whole pandemic. Y'all were shut down from what they said 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, we were. I know
Yeah,
you guys
we-
were open, like,
Well,
whatever.
like I said, for us, the first month it was kind of strict. After that month, they opened. I mean, restrictions, lots of restrictions, but everything was open. And then after the second month, bro, nobody really cared.
No way.
Nobody cared.
Nah,
bro.
over here was.
But you got
it
every
was really
business
shit.
was operating like
Yeah,
normal.
Like I
normal?
said, there were so few that would like take more like they were more restricted, like more strict with the whole 5 feet
5
mask.
feet. Yeah, mask.
You know, only 3 people inside. Everybody else gotta wait. You know, and this is in
Yeah.
like general business. But bro, it got to the point where like people just it's hot. It's very very hot out there. So like, especially the summer comes.
They
in,
don't want to wear masks, right?
nobody trying to wear a mask, and people wearing the mask and putting it right here.
Yeah,
It got
yeah.
to the point where like you started off here, you
Yeah,
started
yeah.
here,
And
next
then
thing you know you got it right here. Next thing you
Yeah.
know it's just hanging.
It's a beard mask. Huh?
Yeah. So that was funny, bro. But you know, it wasn't as that bad. But I did sound like it sounded like you guys were going through.
How
out
did
here.
you experience it? You
Yeah,
thought it was bad right here? I think it
Yeah,
was bad.
it was pretty bad. What I took from it was that even though us as professionals went to school for X amount of hours to get all the credentials for it, like we still got banned. That was my big
Yeah.
takeaway from that. That where was state board and all that to have the industry's back as much as they hold us accountable for doing the hours and being licensed and all that. So when shit really hit the fan, like we didn't even have no one to turn to. Like nobody had our back. Nobody was speaking for us. Like, no,
Yeah.
you should allow them to work. We
Yeah.
let police officers out there working and stuff. They do less hours and they don't even go through the actual theory of what it is, sanitation, disinfection, and all that. They don't go through none of that stuff. We actually, on the other hand, we went, put in the work, did the hours, got certified for all that stuff, and we still got shut down, which was my
Yeah.
thing that was like, whoa, at this point, well, who in the industry really has our back? Like nobody.
Yeah, that was
it
tough.
was just us against the world, and we just like everywhere else like wherever we get the opportunity, we're gonna continue to work. So
Yeah.
we just did it. We just continued to work. We did a studio in one of the old barbershop that I used to work at. The owner there, he opened up. He had his garage, and we started working out of his garage and stuff, appointment only. So everyone kind of as it evolved and has unfolded, people started catching on in ways to how to work because we're just gonna continue to work, But that was the take of COVID and out here in LA and our industry, how it affected us and what we went through over here because schools were shut down, all that stuff. So I was actually in the middle of going to school. I was finishing my hours and all that, and then when we came back to school, all the rules changed. Like you didn't have to do 1,500 hours. You didn't
Only
have to do
1,000
the
hours.
practical test anymore. So a lot of the things, like it kind of went like where they didn't, we couldn't see what they were actually doing for us. But then because there was these rallies that they were having, like barbers and cosmetologists and people, they were actually getting together and doing these rallies, going to the city hall to protest to say
Yeah.
why aren't they letting us work. And shout outs to Louis Reynoso, one of the founders of the Barber Society. She was one of the leaders.
She was advocating
She
for
was
us.
advocating for everyone and letting us know the laws and how the things were going to change and all that stuff, keeping everyone updated. And it was dope. I was part of that movement too. I went to a few of the protests. Not really to protest, but to just get information. Like, where are we headed to? Like,
Yeah.
Like, I already spent X amount of time going to school. What if they all of a sudden remove school? Oh, well, anybody could be a barber now, and we already wasted
And let
time
me ask
and
you
money and all
something
that
there.
stuff.
Like, how do you feel about that with that whole like they want to reduce the hours for
Is
barbers.
that happening in Miami too?
Already happened already.
Yeah, it
for
happened
us-
over
for
here
us,
too.
it was 1,200 hours. They reduced it to 800 hours. And now they're trying to reduce it where like you don't even got to go to school. I don't know if you guys heard about Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta is like
Atlanta
no
was like, you don't
license.
even got to go to school
You don't
no
even
more.
need a
You can
license.
just be a barber just because if you want to.
Damn.
Yeah,
I
that's-
personally don't agree with that. I'll be honest with you.
I don't either.
I'll be honest.
I
Yeah.
don't either because I feel like it puts people in a different position if you actually put in the work and went to school and
Yeah.
you got the fundamentals of learning
But-
that. Whether even though in school they don't really teach you how to cut hair
Right.
like that. You got to put in your own work, right? They
Yeah.
just teach you like the book side of it and what you need. It's like,
Yeah.
for example, it's like if all of a sudden one stays like, you know how to drive? Go ahead and drive. You get into an accident, you're gonna be responsible for that. You're gonna be doing all this. But now it's like you actually study the book,
Right.
you get your license, you have a license number and identification, and now it kind of falls through with having a system,
Yeah.
something to look after and to follow, opposed to is just be like, all right, you guys are all on your own.
No, 100%. You know, and the way I see it too is like a doctor, bro. Like, are you really gonna trust a doctor who like just learned behind the house, like just learning by themselves, or somebody who went to school, educate themselves from experience, from knowledge? Like, that's really kind of how I see it. And I talk because, and I say this because a lot of people are like, well, shit, if I don't have to go to school and pay for school, I'd rather just learn on my own and go from there. Yeah, but sanitation is a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really big key.
Yeah.
And me coming from like not going to school, if I can restart my career, I wouldn't went to school. You know, because I never really thought I was gonna need the license. I really never thought I was gonna be like I was gonna take this as a career. But the fact is that I fell in love with the process, and so like I'm at a point where like I made this my career. Like I love this. Like this is what I really do.
Yeah.
And so like I said, if I can go back, I will definitely go to school, learn from the books. Because like what you just said, like at the end of the day, you go to school, they ain't gonna teach you how to do a skin fade. Shit, you go and take the state board exam, they ain't asking you if you know how to do a skin fade. They
Yeah,
really
yeah.
asking you if you know how to do
The
what is
sanitation,
sanitation
yeah,
part.
what
And I
sanitation.
think that's the most important part about the school.
Sanitation, disinfection, yeah.
You know?
Correct. You know, in Europe, you don't need a license. In UK, you don't need a license. But what that does is that there's a lot of barbers, and then barbering is not like it's not valued, bro.
In Europe,
Yeah, in Europe, like anybody could cut hair.
Ah,
in
that's
your
tough.
house, just shears. You know, Barber Joshua P.
yeah,
He doesn't even have a license out here in Cali.
that's tough.
Because in the UK, you don't need it. So
Yeah.
then,
That's tough. You see, like,
but then look in the over there, the haircuts are they can't go higher than a certain price, and that's what he said like that he didn't like over there, that there's a
because
limit.
they don't get respect.
They don't get respected. That's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
At some point, if anybody could be a barber, I don't think we're gonna be
Yeah.
respected.
Yeah, imagine if anybody can be a barber. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, work speaks for itself. You know, like
Yeah.
like if you're a good
The
barber,
talent and all that.
people will see that.
But
you
the
know?
thing about the
But-
U.S. is that now I think it's a great opportunity for us that we could charge 50, 60,
what's
80.
the average price out here in
You'd be surprised.
Because I hear some good
okay.
numbers. I'm about to move to LA.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, you hear the numbers, but I think right now the average is 40, 45.
40, 45.
40,
No, I hear bigger than
But
that.
but
I
no,
hear
okay.
bigger than that.
But with walk-in appointment, yeah, like it could be like 60. 50,
Yeah, that's
60.
what I hear more. I
Yeah.
hear more in the 60s out
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
it could get to 80.
I think it's graduating to that level right now. Like
Yeah.
a really good standpoint right now is like you got a few years in and you know how to cut hair and you know
Yeah.
you got a good people skills because it's not just a haircut now out here. You
Yeah.
know, right now the motive out here is mostly like you're selling a service. You know, and the
Definitely.
service includes a haircut, but it also
100%.
includes an experience. It includes now like we mentioned earlier, it's getting into fashion, how you look behind the camera,
Mm-hmm.
what your barber shop or your studio provides. All of that, it's a part of the service. So that's why the service is valued at a $60 rate because
course.
you have a designated parking when your client comes for him. He comes in through the door. He gets a great smell
Right.
at your barbershop. Your barbershop looks nice. You got great vibes, great tunes. Everybody's, nobody's in any of your barbers that are working with you are not in flip flops and sandals while they're, your clients walk in. Everybody's respectful and you're greeting your clients when they come in. So it's like a full on experience that you're selling out here is what like the motive is, opposed to just a haircut. Because you can go and get a haircut at somebody's garage.
Of course.
And if you come out of that garage and they're charging you $60-$70, you're just like, what? Like there's dog shit everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like
What's the
so
price?
it's
What's the
not
price
really
for
like
you
so that's
guys?
kind of like what we're shooting at, you know. But how's everything out there in Miami?
what's the price?
The
What's that
average
like?
price right now is what you just mentioned, like
Yeah.
40, 50. 40 for a haircut and beard, 50. I mean, 40 for a haircut, 50 for a haircut and beard.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is average. Obviously, depending on location, the area, it's gonna determine how much you're really gonna charge. So me, for example, I was more like on the suburbs. So when I was there, I was charging anywhere from like 25 to 30 bucks.
Yeah,
This is,
yeah.
we're talking about
That's how
6
I
years
started.
ago.
Okay, yeah.
You know, you're still learning yourself. You're still
Yeah.
learning how to cut hair. Obviously, it's not just the haircut. Oh, if you know how to do a skin fit, you got it like that. Nah, like it's not just the haircut. It's the experience.
The customer
you know, it's
service.
the customer
Absolutely,
service. So like, believe it or not, I caught on to all that when I was at the flea market and I used to just sit there and watch.
Yeah.
I learned all that doing that. So like I said, you got to trust the process, fall in love with the process, and
Exactly.
be patient.
That's
But
true, bro.
God will put you in this predicaments not just because, you know, he's not that he's making you suffer, but he wants you to learn
He wants you
something
to
out of
learn,
that.
yeah.
And you know what? Well, you know what's crazy right now
So-
that I just picked up when you said that is that earlier you were talking about how you were just like, man, I hadn't have patience for none of that, and I felt like this career it brought patience and it taught you patience, and now it
Yeah.
has you where you are. That now you are promoting patience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Because patience is a big thing, bro.
It
Like,
is,
you
bro.
know, like people get discouraged. They want something right now, and if you don't get it right now, you're gonna get desperate. You're gonna be like, "Fuck that! Let me move on to the next thing and the next thing," and you'll never be successful because you're always trying to chase something else.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
So like, patience is a big thing, and
It's a
of
big
course,
key.
you add patience and faith,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man,
hell
everything
yeah.
will fall
that's
in
a
place.
double whammy right there. You gotta have both.
Yeah,
man. And you know, like I feel like God lately has been teaching me faith once again, because patience I got.
Yeah.
But sometimes faith, man, like you might want something and you're doing it so much and you're putting on your effort into it, and you're like, man, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
So then you
correct.
lose faith.
Yeah.
And you say, man, fuck this. It's not for
It's
me.
not for
working
me.
out.
Yeah.
You know, but like, yeah, man, I'm being like building faith once again, because I
That's
feel
good.
like faith can go up
Yeah,
and down.
yeah,
up and down.
yeah. You're
Oh, yeah,
gonna
it's
have
like a
new
roller
levels of
coaster.
it. You every time you can
Yeah.
face a new obstacle, you're gonna be like, damn.
Yeah, and that's just with life itself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, life would throw you, man. so
Curveballs.
many
It throws you
balls at
curveballs,
bro,
yo.
and you're just like, yo, what's going on?
What's
now?
going on?
You know,
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I've been going through a lot lately, man, and
Hey.
just having faith has been keeping me like focused and motivated, and just being willing to like inspire the young barbers coming in, because I think that's really what I really want to do. You know,
Correct.
it's like pass my knowledge on to the new generation of barbers coming into the industry.
Yeah, and
'Cause
I
I
feel like
feel
you have
like-
a lot of knowledge, bro. How old are you? 33, 30 something?
Man, if you ask me for real, I'm probably like 56, 57, dog. You know,
Mentally,
I always
mentally.
had that like old man mentality,
Yeah.
but nah, I'm 30.
You're 30, right?
You
When I
know.
met you, yeah, I remember you were like 26.
I turned 30, so like I just feel like I always want to like teach people along, because I feel like this is not what I was taught at a younger age, or like just coming into the industry and just in general. Obviously, what I do is barbering, so like I obviously gonna focus on that. But yeah, man, just showing the way to the new generation, because like they're so exposed to so much.
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
the new
Oh,
generation,
yeah, a lot.
they got so much videos they can look
Shit.
up to, so many star barbers they can look up to. So
Yeah.
like they tend to like grab something for this, grab something for that, focus on this, focus on that. That
But-
they think they know everything.
Yeah,
dawg.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
you only been cutting hair for a year, for
Yeah,
1
yeah,
year.
yeah.
You think you know it all,
Yeah,
man. You know
correct.
that's not the right way.
So that was the thing. Like they have so much things to go learn from. A lot of people to go learn
Yeah.
from, but some of them are choosing to learn from the wrong people, bro.
Yeah.
And they're like, there were some people showing. There's someone showing like kids how to charge 150 or 200. And people join their first year and they're like, oh, I can't get a client for 150. Well, you haven't cut anybody. How
you
they
don't
gonna
got
pay-
the skill
You don't got the
set,
skill
you know,
set.
and most importantly, you don't got the customer service, man. Like
Yeah.
I seen so many successful barbers that don't even know how to do a perfect skin fade, but the fact that they know how to do customer service, man, they'll outgrow any barber
Yeah.
that knows how to do a better fade than he does.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Just out of customer service, bro. How you treat your client, how you greet your client, how you make them feel. you know, and that haircut might not even be the best, but just because you gave him an experience and made him feel good, he will come back to your chair and bring you another client, and then you know,
right,
you're a
bro.
book barber
Preach
out
it.
of freaking customer service.
Hell
That's
yeah.
absolutely
Hell
right.
yeah.
You know, so like customer service is a big key, man, to the new young barbers coming up. Keep
Yeah,
that
they
in mind.
gotta learn that. What
Yeah,
something that I've been
man.
doing lately is that I tell like, hey, have you heard of this product? Oh no, I'm gonna text you right after you leave, and right after they leave, bro, I go on Google, Amazon, text it to them. Oh, good looking now, bro. And last time some little kid was like, hey, what books are you reading? I'm like, oh, I'm reading this book, this book, this book. Send me a text right after you leave, bro. I'll send you the books. Bro, that fool sends me a message. Hey, bro, what's that one book about that Roman and like, oh, it's Marcus Aurelius meditation. I go to Amazon. I send them the link. Here, bro, order it, bro. And I told him, pay this and I'll sell you $7. Like, little stuff like that, bro, just keeps them coming back. And it's just like, I told someone, like, someone was telling me right now that one of his clients has cancer. And I heard a podcast about someone who beat cancer. So I told the homie, text me tonight and I'll literally send you the podcast. And I send it to them, bro. But it's like, these are the small things that are building relationships with our customers. For our customers to stay with us for a long, long time.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
And I feel like these young barbers are forgetting about that. Like they didn't even say bye to their client.
Bro.
They're late. They're like,
And they out there smoking a babe, which is the biggest thing right
Yeah.
now. And they're like making the client wait, or like they always show up late to their appointment. Like, bro, just those little things, man. Like if you don't pay attention to that, your chair will never be filled,
Yeah,
man.
it's
And then
not.
they wonder like, but I know how to do skin fade. I know how to do a perfect
bed
hairline.
design, yeah,
I know
yeah.
how to do the enhancements, man.
Yeah.
Fuck them enhancements, dog. If you just started learning how to cut hair and you're using enhancement, you're doing it the wrong way.
Yeah,
because that
correct.
means that
Yeah.
you haven't perfected your skin fade and you're covering it up with the enhancements.
with the enhancement. Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
put them enhancements to that. School shouldn't even have enhancements right now, man.
For real.
You know, they shouldn't be teaching the
Yeah.
kids how to use enhancements right
correct,
now.
correct.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm against them because I use them. But you also got to know how to use them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's barbers out there that are enhancing a 5-year-old kid when they sit on the chair. How you enhancing a 5-year-old kid, dog? Or old poppy, 50, 60-year-old, you enhancing and making the hairline so straight. Like, come
They be
on,
like,
man, why you doing
they're like,
that?
I don't like. Last time some old head told me too, like, don't be doing that
Yeah.
shit on me. Like, this shit look ridiculous. He told
I
me.
know, bro.
I
And
told
you
him
know,
just a little bit. He's
Yeah.
like, nah,
No,
don't do
bro.
it.
And this is the new barbers coming in that think that that's okay to do because, like you just mentioned, they're learning from the wrong people.
wrong people,
you know.
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with using enhancements. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not against the enhancements, but you just gotta know how to use them the right way and know who you're using them with.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Hey, so now let's move on to this part of the episode. I want to talk to you how you built your network and how you got these celebrity clients. You know, how was that experience?
It's definitely something I put in my head, in my thoughts, and it's something I
You
wanted.
visualized it
Yeah.
before it happened.
Yeah, so before I went to go work in downtown, but before that I was working, like I said, in the suburbs, and so like, you know, family, like a family area kind of thing like that. And so like I always knew, like I said, that this was gonna be my career, right?
Okay.
And so when you make it your career, you want to be the best and the greatest at what you do.
Yeah. At what point though did you realize that was gonna be like 5 years in, 6 years, or like?
Well, I was at the flea market for 1 year. From there, I got the opportunity to work at a barber shop. And so when I left from there and I was at that barber shop a year later, I was like, what's going to happen next for this? Because I already chose and made a decision that's going to be a career for me, cutting hair.
Yeah.
So after like 2-3 years, I realized this is it. This is my career. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to be the best at what I do.
Damn.
So after the 3rd year, I was like, what's
Boom.
next? But at that point, I was already going to like barber events, barber battles, going to different states to obviously promote myself, get my
Yeah.
name out there, network, shake hands, and stuff like this. So like the 4 or 5 years, I'm like,
It's game
Okay.
time. You're like, it's game time.
okay, I built the confidence. I know what I'm doing. I can do a skin fade. I obviously know what I'm doing at this point, and I was like, what's next? But there was 2 things I remember after the 5 years. I was either gonna invest into a barbershop and open my own thing or keep building my name. And I was like, which one should I do? Mind you, I was younger too. I was probably 22, 23 at that time. So like, when you're younger, you don't really see or value like the business aspect.
Yeah.
You more focus on like the shine and like getting
The
recognition.
spotlight. You want the spotlight, yeah.
And the spotlight. This is my experience. Obviously, everybody else is different. So after the 5 years, I was like, nah, man, I think I want to cut a celebrity, because you start seeing other barbers cutting celebrity
yeah.
and you're like, I think that's cool, blah, blah. So I'm like, let me try to cut celebrities.
And Miami's full of celebrities too, right? Like LA
No,
or
yeah, no. There's celebrities for sure.
So who was the first one that popped up in your head when you told yourself?
Basketball players. I always been an NBA fan. Always been a Miami Heat fan. You know, I grew up in the 2006 era with Dwayne Wade, Shaq. You know, back in the day. So like, me and my brother grew up seeing this. So like, I was like, man, I want to cut the Miami Heat player one day. But that happened after the 5 years that I was into the industry. So I already had kind of put that in my head where I was like, I want to cut the Miami Heat players. And so after the 5 years, eventually, I remember my first like celebrity, my so what celebrity was, man, I don't even remember this guy's name, but he was up and coming. Yeah, it was Skinny from the Nine. Something. Imagine the name. Yeah, shout out to Skinny from the Nine. I'm not knocking anybody down. I'm just saying it was an up and coming rapper at the time. And so, like, you know, I went to go cut him. I remember I drove with my homie that actually he got put on and told me to go with him. So shout out to my dog Felix for putting me on. We went out there, downtown area. We gave him a haircut. It was him and his brother, and we chopped him up or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I can see myself doing this. So from there, I kind of even put it more in my head. We're like, oh, I want to cut my celebrities.
I could do this, huh?
But like I said, also during that time, I was like, am I going to invest into a barbershop or am I going to keep pursuing my dream? And so long story short, the business aspect didn't go through. I couldn't buy the barbershop. I didn't have the money to do it. I was still kind of like young and naive with the financial situations of like knowing how to like save money to invest.
Yeah.
So I moved on from that shop, went to downtown. And the only reason why I went to downtown is because the owner of that shop, he was cutting the Miami Heat players.
Oh, damn.
He was cutting the celebrities. So, you know, so like in order for you, for us, for anybody to like put yourself in a situation where you want to grow from, you got to be part of it.
You got to be part of it, huh?
You know, you got to involve yourself around it. So I was like, you know, I went down there and I wasn't really trying to go there because I was good at the shop where I was at. I had my clientele. I was booked for 2-3 weeks in advance. I was a manager. I was holding it down. But I already had put that thought in my head where I want to cut celebrities. So I go over there. Shout out to my guy, Cruz, for putting me on. My guy, he's been cutting the Miami Heat players for over 10 years. So he was
connected already. Yeah,
he's seen it all. So me going there, he was opening up his shop. I helped him open up the shop. I was there, obviously, since day one, and I seen the progress from that whole shop. And man, it was a blessing for me to be there. I grew so much. I was exposed to so much. I got well connected. Obviously, I started cutting not the specific Heat players at the beginning. You know, it was mainly like the garage people or like the janitor or like the coach.
Oh, okay.
Little things like
the
that.
Entourage and all
you know, like the behind the scene people. But from there on, your name starts to pop up, you know. So next thing you know, you build trust. At the end of the day with the celebrities, it's all about trust. You know?
Yeah, it is.
They might not even know your work. But then his homie might tell him, yo, go to John. John is a good barber. But they trust in him. And if he trusts you, then now if he's telling you, you'll cut him because he trusts us. They trust each other, right? Okay. So it's obviously word of mouth too. But shout out to Cruz. He put me on to the first NBA player that I cut from the Miami Heat was Bam.
Bam, the tall
Bam
one?
out of bio, man.
Yeah, out of bio? Damn.
Yeah, so like Cruz wasn't around to cut him. He travels a lot too. He actually does tour with DJ Snake. So like for the summer, he goes in and out.
Okay.
Wait, time out. So this is after the pandemic, right?
This is right before the pandemic. Right before the pandemic.
So this is what I'm trying to get at, right before the pandemic, because you know we went into this bubble that was out there, and it was close to you.
Oh, it was there. Everything was there.
So I heard that they had their own barbers in the bubble, and you know, so you were.
During that time, I was already getting my foot into the Miami Heat players, but I wasn't really there at that moment, and so like. I think they hired one of the barbers from Florida.
Damn.
What's his name? He's really good too, man. He has a lot of like knowledge, experience. How can I forget?
Wait, Tyrese or not? No, Tyrese.
He's in Orlando. He's in Orlando. How did I forget his name? It's Squeak. Squeak was his business partner, I think. Mm-hmm. And I remember your name right now, but he was the one who got like plugged in from the Florida because there was only 3 barbers, 3 to 4 barbers, 3-4 barbers, and like
cutting up everyone.
Yeah, so like the way they did
I think it was one of them was Rajon Rondo's brother, right? Rajon Rondo, he was playing with the Lakers at that time, and he was also a barber, and he was part of one of the four barbers that went to the bubble.
Yeah.
I remember looking at that because they even had like a NBA barber shop or something like that.
Yeah, so they had two shops, and then the players would come in because obviously they were also trying to restrict the amount of people inside the shop. So they had 2 barbers in each shop, and then the players would come in and write their name down, and they'll see who they're gonna cut throughout the day.
Damn.
So that was pretty dope,
That's
man.
fire.
bro,
Imagine
you
having
know.
pictures of those lists.
yeah,
Like,
bro.
this is my lineup for today, bro.
I
got
know.
LeBron. You got, you know, like,
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, man, Luka, Kyrie Irving.
Oh
Was
my
Kyrie there?
God.
I don't even think Kyrie was there. Because Kyrie was so against the pandemic.
Oh yeah, he was
against
mad.
it.
He was mad. He didn't want to get vaccinated.
He didn't want no
Yeah.
shot. He didn't want to do nothing. So they fined him.
They
actually.
finally they sat him down.
And they didn't even tell him,
him
yo, you
down.
can't play. So I didn't even think he played for a whole year.
Yeah,
But
for a whole year, correct.
yeah, that was crazy. But so you just right before the pandemic, you're teaming up. They're building up the barber shop, and you got Bam Adebayo, and then from there, what happened?
yeah, and also from there, once you cut one guy, it kind of just rolls down the ball for you, like a domino effect, because he obviously saw the work, he trusted. And so like from there on, like not only do you do a good job, but also your guy who put you on might send you to another NBA player.
Yeah.
So he pretty much started referring me to another one, and that's what I mean by trust. Being able to go over there, not just because of your skills, once again, not just the skills, the customer
it's
service.
Customer service,
Yeah.
huh?
You cannot just pull up to somebody and be like, yeah, I know how to do a skin fade. But it's how do you present and how do you like act.
And where will
around
you
these
go?
people.
Will you go inside the hotel or their house? Or
To their
what?
house.
Because
Mainly these people ask for a house.
like that's more that trust is different, bro.
Yeah.
Like someone letting you inside their house, and then
Yeah.
let's say like these young barbers will be like, hey, you don't got anything to drink? Give me something to drink. I need what?
Or
Like,
no, just pulling up there thinking
Pulling
you're
up there
something,
smelling like
or
weed and
smelling
all
like
that,
weed,
yeah.
or fucking vaping inside their house. Like that's disrespectful,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You're in somebody's
absolutely.
privacy at this point.
So how will
know?
you prep for that in the beginning? How will you?
The first time I was nervous, man. I was sweating. I was shaking.
Yeah.
I remember I went in there and my guy's
Oh
just
my
playing video games, and I'm there like I didn't even really know how to do a house call on top of this.
Damn.
So I'm just in there, bro. He's playing video games. He was in his apartment, and I remember like it was like sun setting, and like the sun started coming in. So now it's just the lights inside the house, and I couldn't really see.
Ooh,
So I'm like,
it was
oh,
dark.
damn. Like, yeah. So little situations like this prepare you, But I did do a good haircut, not only because I knew what I was doing, but it goes back down to like the barber battles. When you're doing barber battles and you're competing and you're not in a comfortable situation and you're discomfort, you're gonna learn from those situations.
Yeah.
And so like I did like the whole barber battles for, like I said, before that, like three years prior to that. So when you doing barber battles, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there, compete and go for on and so on. Man, you're really getting prepared for situations like this.
Yeah.
And you don't even know it at
And
the
you
moment.
won't even know it, bro, because you're uncomfortable. There's no lighting. There's no light. Like obviously the lighting, the AC, the chair.
Yeah.
You're so uncomfortable. So like moments like that, situations like that can prepare you for situations like this.
Yeah.
And so
That's
like
deep.
everything, like I said, is always put at the right time, at the right place. So like next time, obviously the next time I went to go do a house call, I was like, man, I'll make sure I have a headlamp this time. A
Yeah, be ready
headlamp,
for it.
have like a little like more like a setup when you go do this house calls.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know.
I saw that you cut the ESPN guy, right? The one that with the sharp line, though. The one that
Oh,
said,
yeah,
if you're not paying your
Jalen,
barber
bro.
$100,
Yeah.
you're not. He said, I
You know,
forgot what he
funny,
said. What did he
no.
say? What did he say?
I
It's
can't
like-
remember exactly what he
Uh-huh.
said, but that's a funny story.
But
man.
you said like, oh, I'm his barber, no? You or one of his barbers too, right?
Yeah, I was one of his barbers for Miami. So when the whole playoffs come around, especially depending on the team, at that time the Miami Heat was on the playoffs and on the finals. So when it is the finals, it's big media all around.
Yeah.
So Jalen
Everywhere.
Rose at the time was with the ESPN, I believe, or ESPN, TNT, one of them. I think it was
Yeah.
TNT. And so like his barber actually called one of the barbers down in Miami, which is Papi Blends, believe it or not. That's why I say we're well connected. Papi Blends couldn't even get to him because he was busy doing something else.
And
I
probably
believe.
Blaine's go like, who can I hit?
And then he's
Ooh.
like, his barber tells probably, I don't think I can do it, yada yada, but I know somebody. And that somebody obviously was me. He calls me. He's like, yo, I got a client for you. I know you do a good job because I know you can do coarse hair. I'm like, who is it? And I don't remember if he told me who he was or not. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And he like, just make sure you bring the enhancements. Make sure you go ready because he needs a fresh
Sharp.
lineup.
He's sharp.
So I remember I pull up and he sends me the number. He texts me. He sends me the address, and he's like, "It's Jalen Rose, by the way." When I said that, I was like, "Oh hell no!" But mind you, I was like, "Yo, this is crazy," because he's known for the sharpest hairline in TV. And I was like, man, I got this. Like,
you were nervous for that one?
For that one, I wasn't as nervous because I was already cutting this heat player. So to me, it was just somebody else. You know, once you've been doing it for a good amount of time, you build trust for yourself, you'll build confidence. But I do want to say in the beginning, it was tough, man. I used to sweat. I used to sit there.
Bet.
I used to be nervous. I used to be like, fuck. And sometimes you don't even want to touch these people because you feel like they might not like it. But, you know, it's just all part of the process and, like, enjoying it, too, you know, because at the end of the day, they're human beings just like me and you.
Yeah.
You know? They're just obviously playing a professional sport, and that's what makes them a little different. But you obviously got to give them the respect, you know, because at the end of the day, they're bringing you into their world. They're calling you into to provide a service at their privacy.
Yeah, correct.
So
What is the number one thing you can tell the viewers right now of what not to do when you're at these house calls?
ask stupid questions.
But what's a stupid
You know?
question? Because I feel like I'll ask.
Look,
one
for
real straight
example,
up.
like if you're cutting somebody that's like a musician, let's say, don't talk to them about music. They don't want to hear that
They
shit.
don't want to hear that shit, huh?
Man, that's their job at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, depending on the situation, you can ask questions like that, but you just want to be genuinely like normal person.
Yeah, well, how's
How
your
was
day
your
going?
day
Yeah.
going? What you do yesterday? How's the family? You know, whatever's going on at the moment. Let's say there's a fight going on. Yo, are you gonna watch that fight? Are you a fan of that? You know, just be genuinely like, and don't talk too much, man. Sometimes we tend to like get carried away and be like groupies and be like, oh, so let's say you're cutting a basketball player. Oh, but did you dunk on this person? Do you like that person? What do you think about when you're about to shoot a free throw? Don't. You know, like, what do you think about when you shoot a free throw, dog?
Yeah,
Like,
that's like a dumbass question, bro.
which is not obviously a question, not such a dumb question, right? But like, you don't want to be that groupie or like that pushy. Just don't talk too much. You know, just go normal.
Yeah, someone told me that those people don't like they don't like to be treated as a celebrity. Like they don't. Like,
and
they
I
feel
didn't know
like,
that either. In the beginning, I used to ask these dumb questions. You know, we're like, so who's your favorite basketball player? You know, they don't want to know about what they do on a daily basis, man. You know, they're regular people like me and you, and they rather have a conversation about what's going on in the real world.
Yeah, true.
You know, so like just ask normal questions, and not only that, be yourself.
Correct.
You know, when people say be yourself, but what do you mean be yourself? Don't be the person you're not.
Yeah, don't be
when you're there.
Correct.
So
You know?
when you say you cutting all the Miami Heat players, is that like verbatim everyone, or do they have specific barbers as some of the players like Jimmy Butler? Are you cutting up Jimmy Butler?
So, for example, like the superstars have their own barbers, you know? So, for example, me and the owner, like I mentioned, Cruz, he's the one, obviously, who, like, connected me with these people. So, like, for the most part, me and him rotate on cutting most of these guys. But, like, a superstar, like Jimmy Butler, has his own barber, which is Tim Duncan, by the way.
Tim
Duncan
from
gets...
Andes?
From Andes. Yeah, so believe it or you know, he's fire.
I heard he cut a lot.
He's fire.
Yeah, he's fire.
He's fire. Actually, he could have been at the bubble too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was at the bubble.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I remember when I saw him at
think
CT. He has a long time in the barber industry.
Yeah, no, yeah. He knows what he's doing. And so, like, when Jimmy was in Philadelphia, I'm sure he got connected with Tim, and he's been cutting his hair since. And so, like, Jimmy actually flies him out, like, once a month, gives him a haircut. He gets his hair braided, but obviously by somebody else. And Jimmy will go on like that. If you notice, Jimmy doesn't really get a haircut like that.
He doesn't.
Because he flies him out once a month. Sometimes he even waits a little longer than that. But people like Jimmy Butler, superstars like that, Tyler Hero, for example, they have their own personal barbers. But at the end of the day, like, they're always going to need somebody for backup. So, like, Cruz, the guy who put me on, he's caught Jimmy Butler before. You know, just because sometimes that barber's not available. So, like, sometimes you got to be ready.
Yeah, you gotta be ready, and it's just a matter of time for you. I think it's just a matter of time for you because you're well connected, bro. And like you were telling me off camera, like you don't try to burn bridges, you know?
Yeah,
like,
nah.
I think
Even
that's the important part.
even in my career now, like when I now went and opened up my own studio, I'm independent. I got my own space. When I left that shop, like it's not like I left and I said, "Oh, I'm out, peace."
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
no.
I talked my way out. I told him, "Yo, I got bigger dreams, and this is what I want to do." And at the end of the day, I thank you for everything that you put me on. I'm very, very grateful. But I also want to do my own thing. And I'm not going nowhere. I'm here. If you ever
Yeah.
need me, I'm around. And bro, we're still friends since the day I left till now.
Man.
And we're still connected. We're still sending clients here and there.
You guys send each other clients.
Yeah,
That's
man.
dope.
He still called me like, yo, I need you to cut Kayla Mutton for me. Things like that. Vice versa. Like sometimes I'm not around and I gotta send him my high-end clients. So I can trust him. He trusts me, and
Yeah.
That's a well-established connection right there, brother.
Yeah, bro.
So you guys only doing NBA players, or you guys doing NFL? You guys just doing any celebrity out
At
there,
least-
or what is kind of like your while you're doing this, what kind of fuels you now? I mean, you already got X amount of trophies. You already hit up a few celebrities. Is there something that you want to fill in that you haven't done yet?
I think the celebrity clientele or the celebrity world for me, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a thought that I put in my head, and I'm so grateful that I accomplished it and I did it. Not only did I cut obviously basketball player, reggaeton players, the hip hop artists. I think the craziest hip hop artist that I cut so random. To me, I'm just saying this because it kind of just popped in my head. It was so random. It's Chief Keef's guy from Lil Reese.
Oh,
Lil
Lil
Reese
Reese.
is like well known in Chicago, and I remember I was cutting his hair, bro. Like every two, three times out of the month when he'll come to Miami. The last time he called me, he FaceTimed me. Lil Reese is, he's known for like his stuff in Chicago and the whole gang stuff and whatnot. And I remember at that time, he was coming down, and since he's been involved into like the gang stuff, he's FaceTime me, letting me know, yo, I'm coming up to Miami. You think you can get me as soon as I get there? I'm like, yeah, of course, man. Let me know when you get here. And he told me what he was doing and stuff like that, because I already had cut him a few times, so we built that relationship, that trust once again.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, bro, an hour later on the news, homie got shot down, and he was getting shot, and he got shot probably like 4 times. Yeah, bro. He entered like some, God knows what he did or what he got into, obviously gang related. And bro, I remember.
At Miami.
No, this was in Chicago.
Oh,
he never
Chicago.
made it to Chicago.
He never made
But
it
he was
to
gonna come to Miami at that time, and so I already had cut him a few times. And long story short, a month or two later, he calls me. He's like, "Yo, I'm in Miami. Can I come through?" I told him, "Yeah, pull up." And he actually came to the shop. And bro, he came in all messed up. He had gotten shot, like I think somewhere by like the lip area or somewhere, his foot. He came in all crazy, and I'm looking at him. To me, like I said, this is just a little crazy story. It kind of just came into my head, but it goes back down to like the celebrities that I did wanted to cut, and so like I feel like I surpassed that already. It was something that you want to fill in, or check
Check
the
out.
checklist. So at this point in my career, obviously, I think what's next is just to give back. Give back, have my own barbershop. That's really what I'm going. That's why I really went to my studio. Like that wasn't really.
Why you went to the studio to save up money or what?
I went to the studio to be able to focus more on myself, brand myself,
Brand yourself.
and keep building my name. Because at the end of the day, like I felt like I couldn't keep building where I was at. Because at the end of the day, you're under somebody else's umbrella.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to grow yourself under somebody else's umbrella, I just personally feel it doesn't look good. Even though they might tell you, it's okay, it's cool,
okay,
do
okay.
it here. To me, you're under somebody else's umbrella.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Let's be real here, dog.
And
I
at the
feel
end
it,
of the
I feel
day,
it,
if you
I feel it,
get bigger,
yeah,
if you
dog.
get bigger than the shop, it starts looking like,
Bro.
So it's better
feel
just
it.
leave and make your
bro.
own brand.
And I never want to make nobody else feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
And so like that's why I say, you know what? It's not something I want, but I know it's gonna allow me to open the next door for me in my career by doing myself and being independent. And that's why I say, you know what? I'm gonna go get my own studio. I know it's gonna be tough. I know it's gonna be hard. And I was scared. I ain't gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go to somewhere new. It's gonna be my own thing. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
So I was scared,
Hey.
happy, excited, all type of emotions,
Everything.
man. Yeah.
Hey, I actually kept up with everything, bro. I saw when you moved, when you were like, just like, I'm shooting here my first day.
No, I
I don't
appreciate you.
have anything here.
Yeah.
And then like 3 days later, oh, I bought this,
Yeah,
and now I'm putting
yeah.
the mirrors, and I gotta move this because I didn't like how it fit.
Nah,
So I
man,
was
it's been a
keeping up
process,
with
man.
everything.
You know, the whole process of it with like my clients too. Shout out to my clients, man,
Yeah,
for
shout
being
out-
real
yeah.
with me, dog. Because at the end of the day, man, the first week I opened, I had to open because I was already paying rent. I was paying rent. I had just finished paying rent at the other spot. And so I was paying rent at the new studio, and I was like, bro, I can't afford to pay both rents. And I didn't have my whole setup, my whole stations, my chair,
Damn.
nothing. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just rock with what I have. And my stations
That's
got
fire.
delayed, my chair got delayed, bro. So I literally had a foldable
Nah, you
table, a
lying.
little chair that the suites gave me, and one little chair. And luckily I had enough TV to like keep some distraction over there. But bro, it was ghetto. Bro, I had some gangsters. Like a gangster
Hey, you
little
recorded some
shop,
of that
though.
part though?
Yeah, I have it. I have it.
That,
You know,
that gotta go on the memory.
bro,
lane.
that thing looks so crazy. My clients used to be like, "Damn, John, it feels like you back in the flea market."
You downgraded.
Like, how you charging me this price?
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
here, like I feel like I'm on a flea market, bro. Just
Chill. Give me some
dog.
time,
But they
man.
knew where I was going. They saw the vision. You know,
Yeah.
they respected me for that. And at the end of the day, that shit only lasted like 3 weeks until eventually everything came. My chair, my station. I'm still working on it, you know, because I've been able to I've been traveling a lot lately with my heat guy, Udonis Haslam. Shout out to Udonis Haslam for putting me on to what he got going on with NBA TV and ESPN. It's a blessing for me to be even part of that journey, part of that project. And it's
Fire.
picked up for him a lot. So, like, you know, me working with him has also allowed me to travel with him. So it kind of takes time for me being at the studio. So that's why the studio hasn't been completely built up. And my clients, you know, sometimes my clients I gotta sacrifice and kind of put them on standby, which is something I'm not used to doing because I'm very like respectful when it comes to people's time. And so like I like to respect my client's time, my client's appointment. So if they book tomorrow and they're gonna book to be there at 10, they're sitting in my chair.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the biggest key or one of the biggest key that I can like kind of say to like the young barbers coming in is like make sure you respect your client's time.
Yeah.
Very, very important,
It's
man.
really important.
I never thought that was such a big thing, but like once you realize we work by time, we work.
We're always
know,
on
by
the
the
clock.
clock.
We're on the clock.
So like someone makes especially if they make an appointment. I can understand if they are walking, you know, you're walking in, bro, give me some time. I'll put you in, I'll
Yeah.
fit you in. But if they're making an appointment with you, it's for a reason. It's because now they know that at that time they're getting a haircut and after that they're going to go do something else and something else and so on. So like respect people's time, they respect yours, and your chair will be busy.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, so do you think this jump that you did right now in your career, you think it was because of the mentorship or it was before the mentorship that you were talking to me about, the Sharp Fade mentorship? Or
Yeah.
did that kind of help you to be like, all right, let me just start branding? Because Bert Mena talks a lot about branding, personal
Yeah.
brand. And right now, when you said like that you moved to your own studio to start your own brand, you know? And for me right now, I'm at a point where branding is like the most important thing for me. Creating a brand for my like the
Because
DT.
how long you been cutting hair?
I have 10 years cutting
Oh,
hair.
we back in.
Yeah, we back in. We back in. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So I've been doing it for a while, but now it's like I've been focusing on my own brand, bro. But I know Bert Mena itself is like a huge brand. Like
Yeah.
you go anywhere and the connections that he has.
No,
are
he
endless.
definitely knew how to like brand himself and how to like separate himself and be different from the industry. You know, at the end of the day, you hear the name Bird Mena and you just know it's him. The way he carries himself, the way he dressed, the way he presents himself. And so, getting in that topic, when I made this move to go into my own studio, I had just kind of like got to know about the Sharp Fade partners. So like
Okay.
I wasn't in it, but I was hearing about it. And so like I didn't know what to expect, what it really was. Or like I did ask the people that were there the year before that, and they were telling me, oh yeah, bro, it's pretty good. I learned this, but it's more about like self-development and growing in the industry. And I was like, damn, but am I going to teach me something else? Or like, I feel like I can pick up a book and self-taught
Yeah.
myself something like this, you know?
Correct.
But it's not even that, man. It's about the connections and the relationship that you build in the long run. You know, if you don't put yourself in a room full of people that want to grow, you ain't never gonna grow if you're just at the house or behind the chair.
That's true.
And so, like, I thought about like that because someone told me about that. Bro, it's just the relationship and the connections that you're gonna build. And not only that, it's not a cheap
Program.
It's not a cheap program, bro. You know, you definitely got it's an investment the way you gotta like see it. Because now I got people reaching out to me like, yo, what are you learning from it? Is it worth it? Is it this and is it that?
And I heard that he handpicks them. No, he says like that.
That's another
Yeah, he
thing too.
handpicks
He
people.
doesn't just
Yeah.
let
He
you.
was
come
telling
in.
us a little bit about it
Yeah.
when we were out there at the CT Barber Expo. He was telling us that most of the things that he does, he hand selects like the artists that he's gonna have at his show. He hand selects the people that he wants to mentor. Because
Yeah.
I think you have to do something to even sign up, right? Like do a
Yeah,
questionnaire.
so first, the way
and,
I
like, all
got
this stuff,
introduced
right?
to it, you know, I know Bermana for a couple years already, so he knows the type of person I am. So at the end of the day, he's looking for personality as well, how you carry yourself. He's not just gonna throw anybody in the program and be like, yeah, we'll teach you something nice. Not really
Yeah.
like that. You gotta want it. You gotta have a certain persona. You have to have a certain like goals and dreams to be able to fit into what we got going on. And so like, yeah, definitely he handpicked them. He interviewed you guys. And
Yeah, the interview part.
he obviously asked certain questions to see if you were like, if you can fit into what they got going on. So,
Yeah.
bro, he has, let's just say, out of 1,000 applications that he gets every time, only 5 people are coming in.
No way.
You know,
Yeah.
because every year he's trying to bring in new people, and then every year some people might not want to continue. I think from the past 3 years that they have been doing this, probably like 4 or 5 people didn't continue. The other ones have continued.
Damn, so it's a big
So
group.
this was my first year, man, and let me tell you a little bit about my experience, bro. It was mind blowing. You know, not only do you build connections, relationship, exposure, most importantly, the connections that you get to build in the industry to like take you to like the next level and like whatever it is that you want to do, whether you want to be an educator, you want to be a platform educator in the sense of like teaching other people how to do something, or just promoting a brand, not just necessarily with Wall, because obviously we know Bermana works with Wall, but just putting you in a global place where like he also does shows in France, in Rio, Brazil.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
he
all
was
this
te-
different,
yeah.
all this. He's well connected globally.
Globally.
So like he's building this program where like it represents one, not just an individual. So like if he's in Brazil and he has a show down in Mexico, he can't be at the same place at the same time. So who's gonna represent him? The same people
That he has
that are in the
circle, yeah.
Sharp Fade program. So like now you're building all these different connections, all these different networks worldwide.
Worldwide.
You know, but aside from that, like like I said, like the connections and relationship that you build is very, very important because you never know. Look at us now. You know,
Yeah.
the way we made this happen was because you connected down in Miami. I was there. We built up. We made connections. We sent a little DM, and now here we are. You know, shout out to KD for having me too.
Yeah.
KO.
KO.
KD.
Yeah.
KO. And
I
DT.
keep thinking of KD as like J. Cole because J. Cole's been
Bro,
playing in my head
bro,
lately,
I
dog.
was
So
calling
I don't
him,
know why
bro,
J. Cole
at
is.
CT, I kept calling him J. Cole.
Yeah, it's funny enough. You see, I don't know.
You remember?
Yeah, I remember
I was
that.
calling him J. Cole at
funny,
CT, bro.
Yeah, man. So, like, bro, the Sharp Fade Partners, man, if you guys want to know a little bit more about it, it's so hard to explain, man, but it's definitely like a mind-blowing experience. And Rise of Hair is coming up soon. I highly, highly recommend anybody that's interested to go. There will be coming up some, like, sale tickets. I will be putting them up. I will send them to you, so
Send
maybe
to
you guys
it,
can put
yeah.
it here in the podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
you know, obviously we can network from there. But bro, I encourage everybody to go out there. Even if you don't know what to expect, just pull up. You know, at the end of the day, the thing Bermana and we are working on is to like change the industry, because we believe that the industry is meant to change soon. And I think he has the right vision, the right connections to make the change. And so, like, believe it or not, it's not just about the haircut, but the fashion that we're putting into it that's going to change the industry. So, you know, it's going to make us just better barbers later on. And we're going to be, right now, we're working on it, but we do believe that it's the future. And that's where we're going to be at in the next 5 years from now.
Damn.
You
Yeah.
know?
Dope.
Yeah, I think he's
So-
gonna head that way with Bermana. I
Yeah,
like the
man.
idea that he said like it's hair, but it's all like he was showing us. Remember the girl that he was showing us that does hair dye,
Like pixelated.
pixelated
Yeah.
dye, and he's like, you guys don't even know about this person. This is the best one in the world. And I was just like,
Yeah, and
Damn.
it takes days to make that hair the way that it finally turns out to. Like it's not even like where they can come one day, on one day they work on one portion of the head, and then the next day they work on the next portion, and it just takes a few days to get the whole hair how they really want it to look.
Yeah, those artists, I just
He
think,
said
like,
something about pixelation or
yeah,
something
pixelated. But it's like artists that he said, like, bro, these are the best in the world. You guys don't even know about them. I was like, damn,
No,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
He definitely looks into the future,
Yeah.
you know, and just being around that, you know, makes you want to be better, you know, and
Hell
just
yeah.
keep
So
learning.
what's it like? So are you part of the people that he got together, flew them together, and put them in a house together? And
Yeah,
are you one of those that
yeah,
I
so
think recently he brought out a video where everyone's in the van and you guys
Yeah.
are heading into like this nice Airbnb location, or maybe
Yeah.
it could be his house. I don't
So
know.
that's just a little thing that we kind of did together because we got many more things to do. That just happens to be the most recent one. And this was a collection that we did. And it goes back down to what I was saying with the whole hair and fashion. We all got, because I'm part of the Sharfay Partners family. You know, it's about like 15 of us. And we all flew into Orlando to come in and do the collections that we did. And the collection pretty much is like the whole hair and fashion put together, but it's not just like, okay, let's cut some hair and throw some fits on it. It's more than that. You know, you actually got to build a mood board. With the mood board, you present it to the videographer, the photographer, and then you go into like layouts like this. And now you bring this whole idea into life. So like, bro, it's sick, man.
The
like
process
when I,
behind it,
bro.
huh?
Like when
That's
I tell you,
fire.
but like I said, it's not for everybody.
So if someone that's out there listening, right, that wants to become this or wants to be part of this, the best way is to take the interview, pay for the mentorship program, right? And then he'll hand select you, or does he hand select
you don't.
first?
You pay obviously once you agree to the terms, and once he says, okay, you're good.
You're
for
gonna
it.
you're gonna be the one.
Yeah.
Then from there, you guys kind of have like calendar days where you guys
Yeah.
meet up. He flies you guys in,
so-
and then the journey is just
Bro, yeah.
It started.
Enjoy the
It
journey,
started.
bro. Yeah,
And
so
just
like,
enjoy the journey. And does it ever end? Do you have to pay
Yeah, so it's a
every
year. It's a year thing.
You have to pay every
So
year.
it's a year thing.
Perfect.
For the whole year, we have different events. Every Monday we have a meeting. Man, them meetings are powerful, man. We sit there and he'll bring some special guests. He'll give us like challenges. Like I said, working with Walls, other companies.
That's
I
fire.
think level 3, it's somewhere in there as well. It's a level 3 elegance. I don't even know, level 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, just a whole bunch of challenges that he gives us, and it's really up to us how far we want to take it, you know, because at the end of the day, the reason why he's doing is because he wants us to know how to brand ourselves, so that when brands are out there looking for somebody, we're already doing it,
Yeah.
you know, and it's really what you want out of this. Like I said, someone might want to work for a clipper company, someone wants to work for somebody else, someone wants to be a platform educator. It's really what you want out of it.
Like he's catering the whole program to you at the end.
Yeah, and however you want to maneuver. So
that's
like the
awesome.
reason we went to Orlando was to start this collection, and we were all put in different groups, and whoever came with the best creative collection obviously wins. It's not like a competition. It's just more of like, okay, we're gonna give you guys this, we'll give you that, we'll give you access to this. You know, we win little surprises like this. Nothing crazy. But it was more of the exposure, the collection. But most importantly, bro, like I think that once you're in that room full of people that want to grow and see the vision, bro, that energy that carries around, bro, is so high that you feel like you're in a different world, because you're just in a room full of people that are like so creative.
You know, like
bro.
this actually kind of brings to mind, and I imagine this kind of being like, you know, those big cooking shows, and then they
Yeah.
have great chefs there, and then the professional chefs, the master chefs, are grading the way that you cook, but they give you certain agenda that you can only use XYZ to make this happen.
Yeah.
And then you present that to them. And it almost kind of gave me those vibes, but at the end, it's not like, because they're competing for a big prize.
Yeah, they're competing for something.
But you guys are more like a
Working
community,
union.
working
We're
like a
union.
union. You know,
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, for the next one, I'm gonna have to get you for the next one, the
Yeah.
next little
Yeah.
challenge that we got. So that's really interesting having something like that. I can only imagine that being recorded and being on a Netflix
Bro, everything was
special.
recorded though, man.
Everything
That's
was
the crazy
recorded.
part. And we're gonna show some clips and behind the scenes at Rights of Hair, man. So like,
Oh.
Rights of Hair is a big mind blowing show too, man. I'm so excited to be part of it as well. It will be my first time attending, but obviously me being involved, I already got to see the behind the scenes. I get to see the clips from the years before. So like, man, it's a
gonna be a
crazy,
good-
crazy.
I'm
event.
gonna try to
It's
go.
almost
Excited.
like, I don't know if you guys are like Kanye West fans or anything like that,
Yeah.
man. But the creativity
fast
that
and
Kanye
creativity.
West has, bro, is like, imagine a whole bunch of Kanye West just walking around in a house, you know, and the energy is so high, so big.
I feel like that's more like Kanye West, Balenciaga, like Fendi. I seen the fashion shows they do. They're
bro.
like the Met Gala stuff like that. Like bro, these things are crazy.
And all
you
that
know?
has hair in it.
All that has
dog.
hair in it.
So
I
like, that's
saw-
where we come
Yeah,
in
yeah,
as
yeah,
barbers,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, like
I
we play
saw,
a big part.
I just saw the one that comes out. What's her name? Man, the one that comes out in Spider-Man. The dark skin girl.
Zendaya?
Zendaya. Her hair was all like a peacock. Like
Yeah.
it had a flower.
I saw that for the Met
For
Gala.
the Met Gala, I was just like,
Yeah,
damn. Her
I also
style was
seen
crazy.
Bad Bunny stuff too. What he had on his hair.
Yeah,
so
bro.
there's a lot of different things that, you know, it's crazy when I see these things like online and they're promoting these crazy hair things. Like the first person that pops up is like Birdman.
Yeah, it falls
Like,
into
was
your
that
head.
fool behind the scenes on this
Yeah,
shit? Like
yeah,
making
bro.
that they didn't make this
No,
happen.
but I know like Tadeus. You know Tadeus from Grading. He works for Gucci. Yeah, and Louis Vuitton. He's the main one that does the hair for all of them.
Yeah, you see, man.
That's
Come
like,
on, man. You
damn,
gotta see the
bro. Yeah,
vision,
we
man.
gotta-
We don't
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
say
yeah.
much,
Vision.
man. But
Correct.
it's definitely heading there, man. The whole hair and fashion mixed together. So, man, yeah, I just want to like encourage and like bring you guys on board, you know, with the whole Sharfay family. And obviously, you guys, some people don't know too much about it. You guys can just go to Rise of Hair,
And
the
check it
show,
out.
you know, check it out. You guys will get to see it. And yeah, man, get inspired, motivated where the future is going.
Dope. So we're gonna wrap it up, Icutart. But before we wrap it up, we just wanna know what's next with you. What's your plans for the next years? What do you have? What's the vision? Like I know you already shared a little bit, but what do you have planned now, moving forward?
Well, moving forward, I want to say I just want to keep building my faith. You know, once again, I think faith is very important. And this is just taking it aside from what we do,
Yeah.
you know, because I think sometimes we get carried away with life, you know, and if we're not good within ourselves, you know, we're not positive, we don't feel positive. I think like that will build a distraction into what it is that you are doing in your career.
Correct.
So like I just want to encourage people to stay motivated, you know, keep building the faith within yourself, you know, believe that whatever it is that you want, it can be accomplished by having patience, but obviously work for it too though.
Yeah,
Don't
you gotta
just
work
sit on
for
your
it. Yeah,
ass
yeah.
and expect that it's gonna land in your hands, because I know a lot of people that do this kind of things, you know. So just self-reflect on yourself, you know, look at yourself in the mirror, bro, and tell yourself you can do it, and whatever it is that you want, you can accomplish as long as you put in the work, you're patient, and most importantly, sacrifice, you know, sacrifice time from family, from friends, that whole hanging out. Like, man, I see people that hang out every weekend and then come and be like, but I can't do this. Man, you're spending your money on the weekend. You're spending your energy over there, man.
Yep.
You know, you're putting all these negative thoughts in your head. So how do you expect to visually be tunnel vision what it is that you want to be in life, you know?
Yeah.
So like building the faith, man, I think that's what's next for me.
Yeah.
You know, just keeping faith, building faith, and, you know, just keeping up with that. And aside from that, just open up my shop.
Open up a shop.
Yeah,
How many
man.
years you want to open it? Like 2, 3?
Bro, I'm on the works on that right now. Even
okay.
though I just jumped into my studio, I knew that my studio was just like a stepping stone to the
Stepping stone.
next level. But I'm done with the studio, man. Like I said, I only been there for 2 months. I've
really?
been 2 months at the studio. I'm like, man, this shit ain't for me, bro. I don't
Yeah.
plan on, it's not for me.
You like being around people, huh?
Yeah, man. You know,
Yeah.
the energy, being able to like help others, especially barbers. You know, obviously that's what I'm good at. And so like I want to motivate and inspire the young barbers coming in. So I want to provide a workplace for the new barbers coming in. And obviously, you know, I'll hire anybody with the right mindset.
Yeah.
You know, but if you are a knucklehead that knows it all and you know how to cut hair, I don't want you in my shop.
Yeah. No.
I don't need that negativity in
You
my
gotta
shop.
be coachable. You gotta be
Yeah,
coachable.
man, and be willing to learn and freaking, you know, inspire everybody around you, you know.
Yeah.
So like that's my next thing, is to open up my own shop. I don't know if it's gonna be a shop or a school, I'm in between those two right now, but I'm gonna like get locked in, focus, and that's what I mean about having faith within yourself, so you can be like structured, right, to have the right thoughts and the right mind to know what it is that you want. And like I said, right now I'm in a situation in my life where I'm up and down, but that's life.
That's life, yeah.
You know, life.
You're
like
enjoying
you said.
it too, right?
Yeah, man, I'm enjoying it. You know, pain, love, good, bad. You know, it's always gonna come at you in different ways, different times in your life. But just gotta be willing to like accept it and take the punch. But you know, keep moving forward.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's super dope, bro. I was super excited to having you today. I'm glad that we were able to
Thank
make this
you.
happen, bro. And I remember when I texted you last night, I fell asleep. When I woke up, you had already texted me. I was like,
Yeah.
but we were still unsure, you know. It's like,
I know it's
but the
so
fact
random
that
how it happened.
yeah, for the fact that we made it happen, you took your time off from downtown, whatever you're doing downtown, to come over here. I appreciate it, bro. I wish you nothing but luck on everything that you're gonna do.
Appreciate you.
On the mentorship program. I know like you're under a good mentor, so I think mentorship is the best chico in life. So you have someone guiding you.
100%.
I feel like you have clarity too on what you want to do.
Yeah,
so,
most definitely.
So I think it's just at these 30 years that you've been lived, like you said, everything has prepared you for now. Like
Yeah.
I feel like now you're gonna start taking off, bro. Like
I
it's
appreciate
game
you,
time, know?
man. You know, I definitely see like I'm more tunnel vision now.
More tunnel vision, yeah, correct.
You know, so like once you're tunnel vision, you have faith, you have patience, man. Anything can fall in place.
No, so I'm gonna pass it up to KO. KO's gonna wrap it up.
KO in the building.
KO,
Shout out for having me.
That's dope. That's dope, bro. Like Diego said, man. I also I'm happy that you made it. I didn't follow you before. I'm gonna be quite honest. I didn't follow you before when Diego was mentioning, you know, a lot of the great stuff that you do and all that stuff. I was excited to meet you.
Appreciate
you came
you.
in with the best energy, bro. I appreciate you for bringing that good spirit, that great energy, and just for sitting down with us, giving us some of your time, because I know time is really, really valuable, and for you to fit us into your schedule was really honoring for
That's
us.
real.
And you know, I just want to wish you prosperity and a lot of love for everything that you got going on, and especially, you know, getting connected with God and on your spiritual side. I
Yeah,
can
man.
see that's your drive right now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that you're heading that way. And I just want to congratulate you for all your accomplishments. And you know, God is gonna lead the way. And I can't wait to run into you in different places. And now we're something now, you know,
amen
bro.
to that, man. God
for
is
sure,
big,
my
man.
brother.
God is big. Like I said, I'm not religious like that. I don't like to talk religion, man. But if you don't have faith, man, you ain't going nowhere.
Correct.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah,
and whatever
and-
it is,
yeah,
man.
whatever
Whatever it is
it
that you believe, man, have some faith on that.
Yeah,
you know?
That's right.
Yeah, true.
That's
And
right, man.
I'm Christian. I do believe in God. I know He has put me here in a situation where like I'm here to help others, and look where we at today. So I
Yo.
appreciate you for those words too, man. They mean a lot to me. Appreciate you
Absolutely.
for having me.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Right
And
on,
before
bro.
you leave, if you're ever back in LA, make sure you tap in with us.
Nah,
Send us a
yes.
DM.
Likewise, same
You
thing
need
in
the
Miami.
studio,
Dog. You guys ever want to
Yeah.
come
Oh,
to
we
Miami
both-
and bring
yeah.
the studio over here to Miami, man?
Yeah,
We
we're
can make
definitely
it work.
tapping in. Well, we're definitely trying to figure it out how we're gonna make it to Rise Ahead, but that's definitely the
Yeah.
next event we really want to be at. We're also gonna be at the Las Vegas Barber Expo. I don't know if you're gonna be heading out there, but anywhere we run into you, man, I already know is love. You know, we're family. And anything that you need when you're ever out here, you know, that's why we like to bring people on here. We like to open our doors for anyone, anything that we can do. You know, we got our connections ourselves out here in LA as well. So if we can make something happen, bro, I'm really
I
excited for all
appreciate that,
bro.
man. I know this is just the beginning, but I feel like it can go far, man. So
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate you guys for having me. And yeah, man, let's see what the future got to bring.
Stay down, came up, God made a way.